Here you're diversifying into a portfolio of properties, all medical outpatient buildings.
I'm Collin Hart.
And I'm Bratcher. And together we'll break down the strategies and structures behind what it takes to make a successful ambulatory surgery center.
If you're serious about healthcare, you won't want to miss this. In part 3, we'll discuss your financial options after the sale of your ASC real estate. So Blake, now that our physician partnership has sold its ASC real estate, what happens?
I think there are really three main things that could happen. One, the physicians have already identified things that they would like to do with the cash. So they take the cash and they pay the tax. Second is a 1031 exchange. This is where investors can defer capital gains taxes on the sale of a property by reinvesting the proceeds in a similar property.
And so when you're doing a 1031, you basically are selling one property that you know, and now you're buying another property that you may not be as familiar with. Obviously, you're really familiar with your ASC real estate. And so you're deferring the taxes as part of that, right?
That's right. The third option is a 721 exchange or an UPREIT transaction. That is where a seller, as opposed to taking cash at closing, they take units in our operating partnership. Those units function equally or the equivalent of REIT shares in Flagship Healthcare Trust.
So what's the benefit of somebody taking OP units, which function as the equivalent of shares in Flagship, versus doing a traditional 1031 exchange or paying the taxes?
I think there's really two big ones. One, it's the same as a 1031 in that the capital gains taxes are deferred. But two, as opposed to a 1031 where you're exchanging for a like-kind property, one-to-one, here you're diversifying into a portfolio of properties, all medical outpatient buildings, professionally managed by Flagship. And so there's a diversification there. You're also getting out of the business of managing one property and the day-to-day grind of that.
And what I hear is from a lot of our clients is that they are fed up with owning and managing a building. So it sounds like instead of a 1031 where you're just moving from ownership and management of one building to one you know less, now if you do a UPREIT transaction, you're out of the management business, you've deferred your capital gains taxes, and you have diversification now in 100 plus properties, right? So it sounds like there's some real benefits there.
And in every sense, you're going from being an active real estate owner to a passive investor.
Great. Well, it sounds like there are a lot of different financial options for sellers of ASC real estate. So I appreciate you going through those today.
Thanks, Collin.